Hi, Chris Martin here,
Robert Goetzl, how are you?
in the wilds of Pennsylvania, to talk about
The koi guitar.
koi guitar. I don't know much about this other than I think it's spectacular.
Well, so it is the seventh of a series of the hand-painted D-Robert Goetzl line of Martin guitars, which is an honor, Chris, and I can't thank you enough. But you know, all the projects seem to start with a suggestion from somebody at the factory,
Okay.
usually Tim, but I also do a lot of sketches and things to present. This one was, I think, suggested by Tim, and he said, why don't we do a koi guitar? So as usual, all the projects start with me doing a sketch,
Right. Yep.
and you see a lot of them.
Yep.
And sometimes you add your thoughts.
Yep. Yep.
And then I begin like a watercolor study, because truthfully, you know, if I mess up the watercolor on the paper, I can get rid of the paper. But if you give me the top of the guitar, other than sanding everything down. But you know, what's spectacular for me as an artist, and I'm sure this resonates with a lot of artists, whether you're a musician or a writer, a performing artist, when you have audience members, viewers that tell you how spectacular, like you just did, how good this guitar is, or how the play is, or whatever. It really encourages me as an artist to want to keep going forward and not sitting on my laurels, but how about that next guitar, and really work the next guitar. So it's with a lot of gratitude that I hear compliments that you offer and many others about the guitar.
And what intrigued me, Robert, is what's going on here.
Yes,
Right?
yes. And that,
Up here, it's like, oh, I can see right through, I guess it's water.
Yeah.
But down here, it's like there's something going on with the water.
yes, exactly. And I needed to do that just so we wouldn't have flat color.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I've said this in the past, you know, almost every artwork that I start, there is a burst of creativity and enthusiasm. And then I seem to spend the rest of the time fighting to save it, you know, and struggling through every brushstroke. And oh my gosh, that ripple doesn't look right. I can't tell you how many times I'm really, and then, you know, so I sand it down a little bit because it's got to sound like a Martin.
Yep.
And, but I think what I love especially about this guitar, the colors, but also the beautiful body inlays and the,
Oh, yeah.
you know, this is so specific
they
to just
match.
this line
Yeah. Yeah.
of guitar. So I try to work my color palette around what's visible.
Sure.
And so the challenge is to get it to look beautiful, but then hand it off to your finishing department. And hopefully they have no problem finishing it.
Right. Right.
And
without having to refinish it and getting rid of the artwork.
And interestingly enough, if I can share, so I dropped this off with George in the back, and George puts, you know, the thing on the bottom so they can hang it up, and then he covers it with paper, and I'm like, oh, what's the problem? Well, apparently, as tours go by, people see these beautiful guitars, and they want to look at them and photograph them beforehand, so they keep everything really
so it's
secret.
a secret. Yeah, cool. Cool.
You know. But I'm glad you like it. I love doing it. More are on the way. So
And I guess this is going to go to the NAMM show?
I believe so.
We'll hang it in the custom
Yep.
guitar area, and we'll do a raffle probably, because I bet more than one of our dealers or distributors may want to
Excellent.
take
I
this
love
home with
picking
them.
the names out of the hat. So
Yeah.
can I do that again? Great.
Very cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.